All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to you, Akim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And now, this lesson is going to stem from, the relationship and the wisdom in which, King David passed on to King Solomon, right? But I want to start off in the book of Sirach 30, right? This is Sirach 30 at the top, and it reads, "He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end," right? And this is wisdom that is lacking today within Jake's life, man. If they had that father figure, and if the house, was to be maintained by both father and mother, instead of, the mother, seeing Esau as her God in her head, and push the Israelite man away, so that now she has to raise both kids because she chose the devil over her own man. Then you would have far less emotional, testosterone filled men. But you would have rational, men led and based off of, morals and values, right? So like here. Here's 144 called on Yahabashim Shai. It says, "He that loveth his son cause him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end," right? And there's a saying, if you basically not taught in the house, the streets will teach you, right? That he may have joy of him in the end, meaning see him, flourish. It says, rather than see him, locked up or dead. It says, "He that chastises his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. He that teacheth his son," is the point, "he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him." And that's the point. There's a part in the movie Black Panther, the first one, I believe, where Black Panther, he was talking to his I believe it was Chadwick. He was talking to his father, and his father passed in the movie, and he told him, a father that has not prepared his children, for the a man that has not prepared his children for the death of the father, failed at raising his children, right? And that's true. If you're not preparing your children, and really particularly your sons, to carry on the lineage and the legacy, morals, values, in which should be lined up with the scriptures, then ultimately, you failed. You failed in in being able to pass down that knowledge for your seed to succeed, right? And though it's a hard truth or a hard pill to pass on or acknowledge to your children, they have to understand what the truth is, right? It's like, dang it. 1 second. This is verse 4. It's like, I'm gonna start at 3 again. It says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him," right? It says, "Though his father die, yet he is though he were not dead," right? Because even when you watch these these movies, it shows like Last Kingdom or Game of Thrones, the legacy of that father and the the ways in which he ruled, they tend to go right down into the son after that king is dead or has passed, and that legacy of that kingdom lives on, and the relationships that were built by that first king, the father, tend to be strengthened, right? But also the enemies that were created from that first king, they're still enacted. That's why when you watch these shows and it talks about the death of the king, they ask, okay, so which son now is going to be ruling, right? Because they have an idea in their mind of either how to get on that king's good side or how to take over that kingdom. But it says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead. For he hath left one behind him that is like himself. And that's spiritual as well, because we understand that Yahushai's walk, right? And he was, he didn't take the credit for himself, not once, man. But he continued he continued in glorifying Yahweh. Also, in doing so, right, the mission in which Yahushai came to fulfill, right? They were in unison. And it's important because they were supposed to be in unison with Yahushai as he was with Yahweh, or as he is with Yahweh, right? Understanding that it's not our program, that we're not here to honor ourselves, but to give back honor and glory back unto Yahweh through Yahushai, and be heralds for Yahushai's return, right? It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. Now let's go into the account. This 1 Kings 2 at the top. It says, now the days of David, King David, drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, right? Now this is right after, Solomon's other son, it's like David's son. I believe is Adonijah. I believe that was his name. It was basically saying that he was going to be king, right? He was going around, partying, picking who his clergymen would be, basically. But the kingdom was to be given unto Solomon. I just want to make sure that is correct. Yeah, here we go. Adonijah. It says the fourth son of David and Solomon's rival for the throne, right? But he wasn't fit to be king, right? So continuing, it says, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Right? Basically saying he's going to the spirit world, because he's about to pass. Be strong and show thyself a man. Be a man. It says, and keep charge of Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. Basically saying, and keep on the path of the straight, man. Don't give in, don't become reprobate, but continue what you know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai to be true. Lock into the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to be all right. Trust in the Lord. And he's telling them all this, before he passed. It says that the Lord Yahweh may continue his word, which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel. And you see, as after, the kingdom of Solomon, was split, given unto Rehoboam and Jeroboam, right? Both the southern and northern kingdom. You seen how wicked Jake got because they didn't adhere unto the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And how many captivities we went through the books of Kings, through the books of Judges, captivity after captivity. Jake will repent, and the Lord would take us out of captivity, and then Jake go right back into the madness, right? It says, moreover, thou knowest also what Joab, the son of Zeruiah, did to me, right? And this is where it goes back into the book of Sirach 30, where it says, he had left one like himself, to avenge his enemies and requite kindness to his friends, right? It says, moreover, that knowest also what Joab, the son of Zeruiah, did to me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, speaking of Abner and Amasa. Right? He slew him under their fifth rib, man. He killed him. He murdered him. It says, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner, the son of Ner, and unto Amasa, the son of Jether, whom he slew, and shed the blood of war and peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet. And that's found Joab and slewing Abner. It's in 2 Samuel 3. And then what he did unto Amasa was in 2 Samuel 20, right? It says, do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his hoar head go down to the grave in peace. Right? When you read it in NLT, it says, do with him what you think best, but don't let him grow old and go to his grave in peace. 7, but show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat at thy table. For so when they came to me when I fled because of Absalom thy brother, and behold, thou hast with thee Shimei the son of Gera, a Benjaminite of Bahurim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Mahanaim. But when he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by the Lord, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now, therefore, hold him not guiltless. For thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his hoar head bring thou down to the grave with blood. Hey, when you read in NLT, it says, but the oath does not make him innocent. Basically saying, hey, he's going to get his judgment, bring forth judgment upon him. You're a wise man, and you know how to arrange a bloody death for him. Woo. So 10, it says, so David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. And it was 40 years with Solomon and 40 years with David. It says, 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 3 years reigned he in Jerusalem, right? But there it is, before King David passed, he let him know of what relationships to keep, because good was done unto him, and who his enemies were. Because if they did these wicked acts under David, they would do the same under Solomon, right? So King David, as Jake say, put him on game of the relationships or the affairs of the men around him, which is a wise move to make, understanding that your son is going to reign next in the kingdom to come, and that he won't be able to come to you for advice because you're going to the spirit world. That's a great father, man. Right? So he passed down that knowledge and understanding unto Solomon, and Solomon adhered unto the knowledge given. And as we know, Solomon, the wisest king to ever live, ultimately understanding that King Solomon, is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation, right? But yeah, man, that's the point. The wisdom of the ancient was passed down from King David unto King Solomon, and we'll have it all in full understanding in the kingdom to come. And so, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yahweh, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.